Hey guys, it's Mike here, and welcome to another video. We are going to be bringing you today on wasted potential in Dragon Ball Super. And today we're going to be talking about a character whom I've talked about a good amount on this channel, and I feel is still a very underrated character when it comes to being a villain, and when it comes to being a character in general in Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Super, and that character is Tagoma. And today, myself and Geekdom 101 are going to be asking that question: was Tagoma wasted in Dragon Ball Super? Don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel to stay up to date on all upcoming videos in the future. Alright guys, so today we're going to be talking about and asking that question: was Tagoma wasted in Dragon Ball Super? So Geekdom 101, Big D, Danny himself, what do you think? Do you think he was wasted, and how so?
Well, there's obviously two different Tagoma fates here. You know, you have the Resurrection F movie and the Resurrection F arc. And it's interesting because if you remember, you know, this video that we're doing right now has kind of been subconsciously in the making for over a year, because if you remember way back to when the Resurrection F hype was on, you know, the movie was coming out, Toyotaro was putting out the Resurrection F promotional manga. We're getting hints and clues about what was going on. And in volume 2 of the manga, I think it was volume 2, well, before that, we saw the reveal of two new characters, you know, Sorbet and Tagoma, and we were like, "Oh, these are the new characters. You know, what are they gonna do? You know?" And we were all kind of excited, like, "Okay, we got new villains." Yeah. And then we find out from the Toyotaro manga that Freeza just kills off Tagoma like nothing, just kills him off, you know, early in the film. And so, yes, I would say that is pretty wasted. But it's also kind of Toriyama-esque. You know, sometimes you'll see him bring in, like, we did a video about King Cole being wasted, you know, and he was wasted potential. Sometimes Toriyama just throws people away, man. He just, you know, jobs them out. I mean, it sucks, but it's true. So, I mean, there is that. Now, as far as in Super goes, I do like the fact that the writing team of Dragon Ball Super, and this was outside of Toriyama's jurisdiction, this is what they decided to do, decided to go in there and give Tagoma a little more stuff. They made him really strong. They made him a challenge. He kind of took over that Shizami role, except he was even stronger. Yeah. And then they, of course, incorporated the Captain Ginyu absorption. Now, personally, I think the Captain Ginyu stuff was stupid. I think it actually hurt the character. I think that Tagoma himself training with Freeza, getting stronger, I think that's much more of a cool story than Ginyu coming back. And I love Ginyu Frog, but it's just, I've made no bones about how much I dislike that episode and that whole idea behind Ginyu taking over his body. So you have Tagoma there being a real dope badass, like he's, you know, he's really doing a great job. And then you have Vegeta show up and one-shot him. Yeah. So was Tagoma wasted? I would say maybe. I can't say 100% because he was there to become Vegeta's job boy bitch, but that was his role. I mean, but then that, of course, becomes the question for the fans and for you. What's better use of Tagoma? Is it the Frieza killing him, being Frieza's job boy, or is it Vegeta's job boy? Either way, he's a jobber, so... Exactly. I mean,
Tagoma and Tagoma really, you know, he's
the same guy.
Pretty much, yeah. He's basically that intermediary villain, like I mentioned, in how strong is Tagoma in Dragon Ball Super, like Deborah, for example, or, you know, a King Cold, as you mentioned. He's just kind of someone who comes along in Dragon Ball Super, at least, and is someone, he's this big badass dude who's kicking ass and taking names, and then, like, the hero comes along and just wipes him out in an instant, so that it could build up the strength between that hero versus the actual main villain of the arc. And I feel like in that case, when he did die, he was Ginyu. I think it would have been better if it was just Tagoma, you know, if it was just him going, say, and fighting against Vegeta, because, you know, we didn't even see him go to his full power when he was still in his own body. It was just Ginyu who somehow magically accessed his full power, even though he couldn't do it to Goku on Namek. But the thing is that, you know, I actually thought Tagoma was a more enthralling and interesting villain in Resurrection F and the Resurrection F arc than I thought Frieza was. Because what did Frieza's motivation come down to? I want to kill Goku and get my revenge. Well, we've already seen that once in the series, and Trunks killed you, and then it was over, you know? Why didn't you want to get revenge, you know, maybe wait for Trunks to show up or do something? It was all just coming down to Frieza versus Goku, and meanwhile you have this outlier there. You have Tagoma, and this guy he comes out of nowhere. He's just newly introduced. He's beaten to near death every single day by Frieza, and he just realizes, oh, I have to be cold in order to be strong, in order to be this powerful leader, you know, and he becomes this, like, dude who just takes shots from Piccolo, and Piccolo's been training for decades now. He takes a shot to the face, does nothing, and he's beating up Gohan, you know, even though Gohan's only his base form and everything. Like, this dude is a total badass. He, you know, it's a complete breath of fresh air that they added to Resurrection F versus the movie, where it's just like he gets blown out the window and it's over. So I kind of feel like he was wasted just because, like, you have this cool villain, this cool little mini arc of his, and then they just kind of, like, turn him into a frog, and then he gets blown away, and then Frieza gets blown away, and there's nothing that really comes of it. Like, he's not going to carry over at all as far as we know. It's just, you know, he's probably a frog now, and that's the end of his story, and it does kind of seem like a waste to me because I thought he was a really cool villain and one of my favorite antagonists who's been introduced in Dragon Ball Super thus far, but I mean, I guess it just, in Toriyama's version and Toei's version, it really just wasn't meant to last.
Yeah, it's okay, it's one of those things where he's just not, I don't know if you can call him wasted, because I feel like his job is to be a jobber.
Yeah.
So it's like, there you go. Like, there's nothing else that you could even say. You know what I mean?
He's a more badass-looking Brooklyn brawler, basically. Steve Lombardi up in here. But yeah, basically, in this video, we were trying to determine whether or not he was wasted. It's still kind of up in the air because we don't really know for sure. Because was this character, who was just basically a throwaway character who was introduced just to be thrown away, really wasted? I think his character would have been better served maybe being his own villain, or maybe like a mini villain for if Goku and Vegeta are away training and then he just fights the Earthlings or something. That would have been really cool. But overall, it's kind of hard to say if he really was. I think some ways he was, but some ways he wasn't. So let us know your own thoughts down below. Do you think Tagoma was wasted? And if not, let us know your own thoughts. And don't forget to check out Geekdom 101. Don't forget to check out his Dragon Ball videos, Star Wars videos, movie videos. He's got them all. So let us know your own thoughts down below. And as I always say, stick around, because there's a lot more to come in the future. Zamas, we coming for you, Ningen!